Welcome to Managerial Economics Selfie Seminar.
Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing about one of the important and interesting topics of economics, that is demand. We will also be discussing about determinants of demand, law of demand and demand function.
Demand. What is demand? The consumer's desire to buy a product or a service at a given point of time is called demand. Demand for a commodity refers for the desire to buy a commodity backed with sufficient purchasing power and willingness to spend. For example, if a person has enough amount to buy a commodity, but he is not really willing to buy that, then the demand will not emerge. Uh, The desire will be demand if and only if the consumer is willing to buy the product and has the money or finance to buy the product. The demand has three essentials: desire for the commodity, purchasing power, and willingness to purchase. Features of demand. There are four features of demand. One is a desire, the amount of willingness for a consumer to buy a product. Price, the demand of a commodity mainly depends upon the price. So the consumer must be aware of the price and about the commodity. Point of time. The point of time or quantity of demand should refer some timeline. Like for example, buying 10 kilogram of rice for 1 week, buying 1 kilogram of sugar for 1 month. The timeline is important for the demand. Utility. The satisfaction obtained by the consumer while using the commodity or utilizing the commodity is utility. Demand function. General form of demand function is dx is function of p, x, y and t. Here dx refers to the demand of the commodity, px refers to price of the commodity, y refers to income of the consumer and t refers to the taste of the consumer. So taste is depend on individual. It varies from individual to individual. For example, a person may like a chocolate and other person may not like a chocolate. Or a person may like different genres of movies. So taste is individual one. It depends upon person. It vary upon person to person. Determinants of demand. The determinants of demand. Price of commodity. The law of demand states that other things being constant, the demand is inversely proportional to price of the commodity. Price of related goods. There are two types of related goods: substitute goods and complementary goods. Substitute goods are one which substitutes the other. Complement is one which comes along with or improves the utility value of the one. For example, Coca-Cola and Pepsi are substitute goods. So in case of substitute goods, if price of one increases, then demand for other increases. If price of one decreases, then demand for other decreases. Complementary goods. For example, a refill and a pen are complementary goods. If price of one increases, then demand for other decreases. Income of a consumer. The income of the consumer goes up, then he is willing to buy more commodity. Then demand also grows. If income of consumer decreases, then he is not willing to buy the commodity. Then the demand also decreases. Expectations. If the consumer expects the price of the commodity to be increased in future, then its demand increases at present. If the consumer expects the price of commodity to be decreased in future, then the demand decreases at present. Distribution of income. The demand of the commodity grows when the income is equally distributed and vice versa. Law of demand. The law of demand states that other things being constant, the demand for goods increases with decrease in price and decreases with increase in price. That is, the law of demand mainly states that the demand of a good and its price are inversely proportional. Thank you.